Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com. The Dell Venue Pro, previously known as the Dell Lightning, is the last missing piece in the Windows Phone 7 launch devices. It's possibly the best Windows Phone 7 device thanks to its huge 4.1-inch AMOLED display, its slide-down keyboard, and other interesting features. Let's get to the unboxing. Okay, so again, the Dell Venue Pro has a 4.1-inch AMOLED screen. By our count, that is the largest shipping AMOLED display. Most AMOLED displays max out at about 4 inches, and the 4.3-inch display smartphones you see out there have traditional LCD displays. Okay, here it is. Now, the Dell Venue Pro is made to work on T-Mobile, so it's not going to get 3G on AT&T, but it is an unlocked phone. So you should be able to put your SIM card in if you're using AT&T and get edge data. So let's take a look at what we have around the box. Dell doesn't really do much in smartphones. It seems like they're going to do more. They have the Streak, they had the Arrow, and now they're doing some Android and Windows Phone 7 devices. So it's interesting to see how Dell does smartphones. So let's look around the box. Here it says 4.1-inch AMOLED screen, full QWERTY keyboard. It has that awesome slide-out QWERTY keyboard. In fact, there's not many smartphones in history that have had this form factor. You've got the BlackBerry Torch, the T-Mobile Shadow. Really not that many that have this really interesting slide-down keyboard design. 1 gigahertz processor, that's the Qualcomm Snapdragon, same as all the other Windows Phone 7 launch devices, has 512 megabytes of RAM, 5 megapixel camera, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS. Here are the bands. You're not going to see any AT&T 3G bands in there, unfortunately. So let's break the seal here and see what we have in the box. All right, there we go. We've got the Windows Phone logo down here. Let's see how Dell presents the device. Okay, right here on the front. Can't wait to mess around with the hardware. We took a look at this device in the Windows Phone 7 launch party back in the fall, but it has been sort of missing in action ever since then. Dell thought it was going to ship in the fall, then they pushed it to early December, then mid-December, then they went to late December, then they actually shipped it, as you can see, in mid-December. It's December 16th today. So a little Windows Phone 7 quick start guide. We know how to use Windows Phone 7 by now. T-Mobile SIM card if you want to get that activated and working. Let's see what else Dell includes in the box. Here with the Dell Venue Pro, finally, we get, not surprisingly, headphones, right? Yeah, so some in-ear headphones, basic stuff, a charger, warranty, blah, blah, blah. Let's see the Dell Venue Pro. We're actually going to turn it on, compare it for a few minutes next to the Samsung Focus. So it's got a lot of weight to it, and you know, for a device that has a slide-out keyboard, it's going to. One of the most unique form factor devices, especially for Windows Phone 7. So here we have the glorious 4.1-inch display, and you know, it's got a nice curve to it. If you look at it, it's kind of curved that way, which is really unique for a smartphone. Curious to see how that impacts usability. So let's take a look at this keyboard. Nice spring action, although when we remove all of the plastic, it should slide even easier. We'll talk about the keyboard in a minute. We've got tons of plastic protection, although that's not a problem. And it's got a really interesting backing here. It's actually like a textured checkerboard-like material, which really makes it feel nice in the hand. So we're going to pop out the backing here so we can get to the battery and put in the battery. By the way, the battery is over here. Let's take a look and see how big it is. Interesting to see Dell on a battery for a smartphone. It's 1400 milliamp hours. All right, so let's pop off this back. Wow, that was easy. Pop this in. We're not going to put the SIM card in just yet. It's going to go without it. So pop it in. Really easy to insert your battery there. Got a nice flash on the back. The dedicated camera button. Let's see if we can get this on. Okay, here we go. Let's find the power button. Did you see the power button? Is this it? Yeah, that's the power button. Remarkable. Okay, so let's let it boot up, if that is the power button, and it is. Screen looks great. I can already tell you that with the Super AMOLED screen, or the AMOLED screen. Super AMOLED is Samsung's technology, of course. And we'll be back in a sec. Okay, so it says, welcome, Dell Venue Pro, so click Get Started. Okay, SIM error, I know. Accept the terms of use. Let's do the recommended Windows Phone set. Very nice touch response here. choose time zone. Let's see if we can get to Eastern time. We could probably change that later, so I'm just going to hit next. What's the date today? Don't really care about putting any of that stuff in right now, just sort of want to get to the start screen so we can take a look at how this compares to, hey, text message already, the Samsung Focus here, which also has an AMOLED screen. I can tell you actually the Super AMOLED screen from Samsung looks better than does the Dell Venue Pro. I'm saying that because the blacks are blacker, and you may be able to see that right here. But let's take a look at how this device feels, sort of first impressions here. It is big, thick, and heavy, got to tell you that. And when you open the keyboard, it gets even bigger. So let's just compare it for a sec in terms of size. Really weird with this power button on the top. So from the front, they look about the same, but thickness, there's just no comparison. And I'm telling you, this is a hefty device. But of course, you get the glorious slide-up keyboard, which will turn on the screen. And so let's see how this keyboard actually feels. So we'll go into messaging. It's going to be a fast device, just like the other Windows Phone 7 launch devices. Now, Windows Phone 7 has a really good on-screen keyboard, so only the die-hard keyboard users will want to consider this phone. So let's see, this is a test of the keyboard. Very nice keyboard. Keys are quite small, but there's a good level of tactile feedback, and as you can see, it's glowing, which is nice, so that when the nighttime comes, you can actually use the keyboard. But very, very fast, has great performance right out of the box. We're going to set this up and start to use it as our daily driver and give you a full report with a full review and lots of upcoming videos. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video, if you've been waiting for the Dell Venue Pro, and thanks for watching. That's it for now.